everyone.
Good morning.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the Hamilton County Board of Elections meeting. Today is November the 20th, 2024. It's a special meeting, and proper notice has been given as required under the Ohio Revised Code 121.22. We're going to begin the meeting first with the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'd like anyone who has served our country or is serving our country to lead us in the pledge. And thank you for serving our country. We're going to follow our agenda, and we're going to start with ballot remakes. Ms. Poland?
Yes, Administrator Krista Criddle will present the ballot remake to the board.
Hello.
Hello.
So we're going to start out first. We do have one. It's an absentee. It was an out-of-county hospital that it was from Franklin County. It's one of our voters from Franklin County. So we got that ballot back. They voted them at the hospital. That is A2571.
I'll move approval of ballot A2571 as remade.
Any more discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? And that motion carries.
Thank you. We have two damaged election day. They were unscanned ballots. They were from election day. Those are P1 and P2.
I'll move approval of the two damaged ballots as remade.
Second.
Any more discussion? And by the way, these have always been observed and managed by a bipartisan team.
Correct. Everything's bipartisan team and remade by bipartisan teams.
True. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? And that motion carries.
Thank you. The next category are damaged provisional ballots when we open them. Those are P31 through P41, P62 through P122, P220 through P231, and P348 through P349.
I'll move approval of those ballots as remade.
Second.
Any more discussion?
I have a quick question. So you said these are ballots that were damaged?
Yeah, they're damaged. They were barcode damaged. There was a few of them that when they put them in the provisional envelope that they were glued to the envelope. They folded it over. So when we went to open them, we were not able to scan them because of a damage on the barcode or the ballot.
I was just curious because it sounded like a whole bunch in a provisional envelope. 62 to 122, that's, yeah.
And again, it could be, it's actually a lot less than we normally have because normally we have a lot more because of the provisional stickers, but we went to a different sticker this time, and that tremendously cut down on the barcode issues.
That makes sense.
All those in all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? That motion carries.
Thank you. The next category are the double bubbles. That's where they colored in a valid candidate, and then if we had a write-in option, they colored in the write-in box and wrote that same candidate's name. So that is P24 through P30, P232 through P267, P359 through P360.
I'll move we approve those ballots as remade.
Second.
Any more discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed or abstaining? And that motion carries.
Okay, thank you. The next one were right location, wrong precinct ballots. When we open those provisionals, those are P3 through P23 and P42 through P61.
I'll move approval of those ballots as remade.
Second.
Any more discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? That motion carries.
Thank you. The next category are voter intent. These were reviewed by the director and deputy director. It was very clear for that their voter intent, and those are P268 through P280.
Could you repeat those numbers again, please?
Sure. P268 through P280, and P350 through P354.
I'll move approval of those ballots as remade.
Second.
Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? And that motion carries.
Thank you. The next category are those that had stray marks on them. Again, those are conferred by the director and deputy director. Those are P123 through P219 and P361 through P363.
I'll move approval of those ballots as remade.
Second.
Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? That motion carries.
Thank you. The next category are those that had a sheet mismatch. So the first sheet and the second sheet, those are generally probably because somebody spoiled one of their sheets when they were voting. So those are P281 through P347 and P355 through P358.
I'll move approval of those as remade.
Second.
Any more discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? And that motion carries.
Thank you. The last category that I have are those that just had a single second sheet of the ballot. So in order for us to scan them, we need to have a complete ballot, which is a first and second sheet. So those were P364 and P365.
I'll move approval of those ballots as remade.
Second.
Any more?
We just add a blank second ballot, right?
Correct. If they didn't vote, yes, the first sheet would be blank and the second
it.
sheet would be revoted.
Got it.
Any more discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? And that motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Review provisional report, Ms. Poland?
Yes, in your packet, you have a provisional summary revised report. This was updated based on staff's findings during the opening process, which is typically done. To give you a summary of the revisions, there was one ballot moved from accepted to rejected due to no valid voter signature. Two were moved from accepted to rejected for no valid address provided, and one was moved from accepted to rejected for no valid voter ID. There was one ballot that was removed from rejected under the not registered category to the accepted category. So staff recommends approval of the provisional revised report.
I'll move approval of the provisional summary revised report that's in our packets. It's got 11/20/2024 in the upper right-hand corner. I'll move approval of that report.
Second.
Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? And that motion carries.
At this time, Madam Chair, staff recommends you go into a brief recess for 10 or 15 minutes so staff can tabulate our final official results for this election.
I'll move that we go into a brief recess for purposes of tabulating results.
Second.
We are now in recess.
Thank you.
Now coming out of recess, need a vote. We need to. Second? Come out.
Sorry, yeah,
Motion to
second.
Come out, motion and second.
I'll move that we come out of recess.
Okay, all those, we are now out of recess. Ms. Poland?
Yes, the official results of the 2024 general election are in front of the board, and staff recommends certification.
I'll move that we certify the final the results of the 2024 presidential general election.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? And that motion carries. So next, declare recounts if necessary, Ms. Poland?
Yes, the official results indicate that for issue 2,
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm just pulling up the
Okay.
correct title. So issue 2, proposed tax levy renewal for the city of Cheviot. The results indicate this has fallen into the margin for an automatic recount to be declared for issue 2.
14 votes. Difference, sorry.
Yes.
Every vote counts.
Every vote counts.
That, I think that's a shining
14 vote
example.
different,
why.
right? Yep.
Yes. So we do need the board to declare a recount in this contest and set the date for the recount. Staff's recommendation is Tuesday, November 26th at 8:30 a.m. to conduct the recount. Staff recommends we will have to randomly draw the precinct or precincts to be hand counted in that recount, which is equal to 5% of the votes cast in the contest. So we recommend the board meet on this Friday, November 22nd, to randomly draw that precinct. Does 8:15 a.m. Work for the board?
It's
That'll
fine.
work.
It's good with me.
It's good with me, too.
Madam Chair.
Yes.
I will be out of town that day, so unable to attend, just to let you know. But
Well, if we
since the
can,
three of you can make it.
if you can't be here, I don't know how we're going to proceed without you, but we'll manage. to the best.
Efficiently and effectively would be my guess. And
I'll
probably
be
more
here at
happily.
8:15 on Friday. As I've indicated, I do have a commitment at 9, so I know this won't take long, right, Sherry?
It'll be a very quick meeting.
Thank you.
Okay, that's no problems. Works for me.
And then also, we need to schedule a meeting to certify the results of the recount. The board is not required to be in session while the recount is being conducted, but you will need to be available in case any issue may come up that needs a board decision. But then we definitely need to set a time for you to meet to certify the results of this recount. We do believe we can complete this recount in one day. With the number of votes that was cast. So we would recommend that you meet late Tuesday afternoon on the 26th, perhaps 3:30.
Works for me.
It's good for me.
Okay.
What time did you say?
3:30 p.m. on Tuesday, November 26th, and that would be to certify the results of the recount.
Gotcha. Works for me.
Okay. So I think the next order of business would be for the board to formally declare the recount for issue 2, proposed tax levy in the city of Cheviot, and for that recount to take place at 8:30 a.m. on November 26th.
I'll go ahead and make that motion that we declare a recount on what was identified this year as issue 2, the proposed tax levy renewal in the city of Cheviot, and that we declare a recount, and we do that on 11/26/24 at 8:30 a.m.
Second.
Any more discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? And that motion carries. Okay. Next is post-election audits. Ms. Poland.
Yes, we received instructions from the Secretary of State regarding the post-election audit. That is to audit the office of President and Vice President, that contest, as well as U.S. Senator. So we will be auditing definitely those two contests. The Secretary of State also directed us to randomly select a county-wide contested contest to be audited. So our operations team has each of those contests contained in this container in the back of the room, and our bipartisan team, each contest is on a slip of paper that's in the container. And so they're just going to randomly select one. That'll be our third contest to be audited. Going to come up to the podium and make the selection.
Come on, team. Drum beat.
Do you want to turn the microphone on and announce the contest?
Judge of Court of Appeals, term commencing February 12th, 2025.
Okay, so that'll be our third contest that will be audited.
Gehring versus Moore.
Got it.
So next, the board needs to schedule the audit. Again, the board does not need to be in session for the audits. Based on now that we have a recount, staff recommends, I believe, the audit to be conducted on Monday, December 2nd.
I'll move that we conduct this audit on Monday, December the 2nd.
I second.
Sorry, I also need the board to, as part of that motion, that it will be a risk-limiting audit
Risk
conducted.
limiting.
So I'll withdraw my motion since
I
it
withdraw my
hasn't
second.
passed and make a new motion that we conduct an audit as a risk-limiting audit.
Second.
Just a moment. I think it would be wise if we suggest or indicate what that means to our public who may not be aware of that, what risk limiting means.
Sure. A risk-limiting audit means that basically the wider margin of victory, the less ballots you count, the closer the race, the more ballots you hand count. And so how that's conducted for each one of these three different contests, during the audit, we will roll dice to determine which batch of ballots will be hand counted. It could be early, in-person, and absentee vote by mail ballots, and as well as ballots cast at the precinct. So and this is all open to the public, so you can come and observe all of this beginning at 8:30 a.m. on Monday, December 2nd. So we'll roll the dice. That'll determine which batch of ballots. We go pull that batch of ballots, whether if it's the precinct ballots, then it's those that are contained in the blue ballot bags that were cast at the precinct, or again, as I mentioned, those that were cast early in person or vote by mail. We bring those ballots out. The bipartisan teams hand count the votes cast in those contests. So it's only those three contests that they will be hand counting. They hand count, and then we compare the hand count results to the electronic results for those contests for that particular batch of ballots to ensure that the system was counting correctly. And again, this it will definitely take at least a full day. It may go into 2 days, and we will send a public notice out tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you, Sherry.
Good question. Thank you.
Do we vote?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? That motion carries. Okay. Any more? Ms. Poland, any more discussion?
No, I believe that's it from staff.
Mr. Lindsay? Like to entertain a motion. Any questions from the audience? Thank you. Like to entertain a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed or abstaining? None but the devil. This meeting is adjourned.